Welcome back to Photo News TV. I'm your host, Will Prentice. Today we have a special edition of the show brought to you by Michelle Valberg Studios and Valerie Keeler. Valerie's showing us how she uses Awagami papers and actually separates the individual layers to create a really unique printed piece of artwork. It's an exceptional process. She's very detailed in how to do it, but she'll walk you through step by step. Take a look at this video from Valerie Keeler and Michelle Valberg.
Hi everyone, I'm Valerie Keeler. I'm here at Valberg Imaging Studios where I work, and we are going to show you a really neat technique with this fabulous paper. It's Awagami washi paper. This one's the Kozo inkjet paper. I find, there's all kinds of ways to display your artwork, and I find people aren't doing it enough. It's staying on your hard drive, staying on your computer. Here's a great way to get a cool idea on how to put your images from your computer to your walls. We use all kinds of papers here. We use canvas, we use fine art, we use just regular luster glossy inkjet paper, but this one's really special because, as you can see, it's really beautiful on its own. But there's a technique of peeling away that top layer with the ink, and you can create this fantastic new, translucent effect to your image. So here we go. Let's get started. So we use the Epson Pro 9900 printer. This paper came to us in a roll, 44-inch roll. However, it can be purchased in sheet form. The paper itself is archival, as well as the inks. You want to keep in mind though, because we have to use our bare hands to peel this image, just make sure to wash your hands, get rid of all the oils on your skin. I do have this big border here. It helps for two purposes, so that I'm not touching the actual image as much as possible, and so I have some wiggle room when I'm peeling the paper away. What you want to do, I have my little razor blade here. Anything that you can grab, even a sharp pair of scissors. What you want to try and do is separate the top layer from the back of the paper. So it takes a little finesse, and I don't get too frustrated if I can't peel it properly from one corner, because I have 3 other corners to work with. Okay. And
so you have to be very delicate.
You have to be very delicate, yes. And you'll know when you've peeled that corner away properly. There have been times where I've peeled too much off the top, and I have just now, but I have 3 other corners to work with. The hardest part is just getting the paper initially separated from the back.
What's your success rate, Val?
Well, when I first started, it was about a 5% success rate, and now I'm at about a 95%. So it just takes a lot of practice, and if I had longer nails, nails do help, it would be a lot easier to peel this away. There we go. Here we go. I've got it.
Yay!
So I'll just show you a little close-up there. So I finally peeled away one of the corners. So I'm going to set this aside. I don't need it anymore. Now what I'm going to do, I find it works better if you just get the whole border peeled away first, and then you can go peel away the image. So very carefully, you're just holding down lightly and pulling this taut. Okay, and very gently. So again, I'm just going all the way around, just very gently peeling that away.
So you've gotten so used to doing this, you don't need the book, is that?
Yeah, I just, if I'm using a really if I'm using a larger image, I find it helps to weigh it down. But this is a small enough image that I don't really need that.
What's the largest image you've printed on this paper?
I think we did a 24 by 36, and that took me quite a while
to peel.
and it's gutsy because it's a large image, and there's been times where I've had the entire image peeled and I just have this last little piece, and of course that's where it tears. But again, it comes with practice and confidence and
Good nails.
good nails. Although it's not a requirement, it probably helps just to have a little bit of sharpness underneath there. 'Cause you're
Have you ever tried to peel it with anything other than your nails?
I have. I've used a ruler. I've used a thin piece of cardboard like this. I've used, what else have I used? I think I tried everything else except for my hands, and it tore all the time. I think it's just because the edges were too sharp, and I think it's just the delicateness of my fingers that really helped. Because you can feel it and you know when it's about to rip. So you know to stop. And as you can see, it starts to go a lot faster once I just get it, when I get my groove and when I start to peel away from the edge. I'm just getting my fingers underneath there. Okay. Okay, so now we're working on the image portion. So as you can see, all of the border has been peeled away. And I'm just holding firmly down, and I'm holding up here, not too tight because you don't want to rip. And you just delicately, I'm actually going to use the weight here for, because it's a long skinny image, so I need a little bit of traction here. So I've got one edge of this done, so I'm going to go onto the other side. I just find working in a circular motion helps so that you're finished off right in the middle. Although you'll find your own groove and figure out what works best for you. And when you're almost done, and let's hope that my very last piece doesn't rip on me. You kind of get overconfident, so you're about done and then all of a sudden rip.
Especially sad on the larger prints.
Yeah. You're like, hey, I'm almost done, and then
Maybe not.
last little piece. There we go. So we've got this gorgeous textured, translucent image, and as you can see, the majority of the ink has been removed from the paper. And this piece is actually a lot thicker than the top piece, and that's another guideline when you're peeling it away. If the top piece feels too thick when you're trying to pull it away, you're peeling too much. This piece is probably 75% bigger than this. Okay, so you'll feel it once you got that. It'll, when you use the blade to peel it away, it just usually peels away at the natural part where it's supposed to. So that's why you've got 3 corners to practice on. If you've gotten too far with the top peel, you can always switch to the other corner like I did. So I think this is a fantastic technique, just to give your image that extra little pop.
Thanks, Valerie and Michelle, for that great informative video. I'm sure everybody's thinking about different prints that they could try this technique out on their own. I know I've got a couple in mind. So I'm looking forward to trying that out, and I'll post some links or some images on Photo News later on. If you'd like to try it for yourself, Awagami papers are available at photography retailers across Canada. It's always worth a shot. You've got nothing to lose but creating an amazing piece of art that's very unique compared to what everybody else is doing. So I'm really looking forward to trying it out. There's also links down below on places where you can find these amazing papers. So thanks for your time. If you enjoyed this, click the little like button. If you have any comments, there's lots of room down below. Leave us some questions. We always return the answer. And don't forget to click on the subscribe link to stay on top of other information that we're bringing out. We're regularly bringing content to match the Photo News magazine. And you can also subscribe for free to Photo News magazine at the link at the end of this video. Oh, and down below. So thanks again for your time, and happy printing and happy shooting.